This is a group of college friends who are about to share their most curious anecdotes on an ordinary day after escaping the terror of final exams.
I remember when I was younger, I used to play with my cousin. We used to play in my grandmother's house. It's crazy how much thing change as we grow up, but every time I think about Tuesdays, it brings back a lot of good feelings. For example, I remember one afternoon when we broke my grandmother's favorite vase by the time she walked into the living room. We had already hidden two pieces under the sofa, and we had a promised each another to never say a word. She knew something was wrong because we hadn't made any noise for any hour. If I had known how fast the time was going to pass, I would have enjoyed those moments even more. But I guess that the beauty of childhood. You don't worry about the future.
When I was a child, I had a very particular dream. I really love animals and enjoyed playing with them and spending time at the ranch watching them. The funniest part is that I didn't not pretend to be a cowboy. We owned them. Besides spending my time setting fire anything I could find, I used to pretend that I was one of the animals living there. My biggest dream was to become a horse when I grew up. If I could have been anything in the world, I wanted to be a horse running freely and racing in the fields. Now comes the funniest part of this story. Years later, after that childhood dream had completely disappeared, one day I decided to paint my car. Since it was my first time doing it, I didn't know to use the necessary safety measures. After spending hours exposed to all handful chemicals used for body work and paint preparation, I fell asleep at the couch. When I woke up, I was completely intoxicated. In the middle of that terrific psychedelic trip, I became in a horse, but not a free horse that ran happily through to countryside. Instead, I turned it into a one of horse tied up all day giving rides to tourists. Since that day, I never wanted to be a horse again.
Last year, I had one of the funniest moments at school. One morning, I arrived late to class, so I quickly entered into a classroom and sat down without paying much attention. The teacher was talking about economics, and I thought it was strange because I was supposed to be in a chemistry class. At first, I tried to act normal and even start to take notes because I was too embarrassed to ask questions. After about 15 minutes, I looked around and realized none of my classmates were there. That's when I finally checked my schedule and realized I was in the completely wrong classroom. I slowly raised my hand and said, "Sorry, I was in the wrong class." Suddenly, everyone started laughing, including the teacher. I grabbed my backpack and walked out as fast as possible. Even today, my friends still laugh whenever they remember that moment.
Recently, a close friend of mine who bought a new guitar gave me the one he had before. It was an amazing gift because that instrument had been stored in his closet for a long time. Because of that, I have been practicing guitar almost every afternoon. However, it is a hobby that it has slowly been putting aside this because I leave school very late and arrive home exhausted. I must admit that balancing my study and music is very difficult. Nevertheless, if I had more time, I would practice the guitar much more. I know that if you don't practice every day, you don't improve. Probably when it's stressful semester finisher, I am going to continue practicing together with my friend.
Well, yesterday ago I visited La Paz every summer, and a few hours away was your family ranch. I haven't been able to go back literally, but I still love it. And if I had to change, I would return tomorrow. I used to go there with my cousins. Before dinner, we had already playing the cards for hours. We also walked to a distant school, which was harder than it looked, but everyone helping to pump the water. However, my favorite part was walking alone. It was better than therapy and helping me disconnect. And if I hadn't had those walks, I would have been stressed, and I hope I can go back soon.